Back for another update. Let's take a look at XRP over here. I've mapped out every single wave from the beginning of time, similar to that of how I did with Bitcoin. So if you haven't checked out my Bitcoin video, please go ahead and take a look at that. And we can see that every single wave here is mapped out. We were for over 2,200 days, we were within a 3-3-5 Elliott Wave flat pattern. Okay, you have a 3-wave move down. Okay, so you have a 3-wave move down from $3.40. Okay, a 3-wave move up for our March 2020 run up, and then a 5-wave move to the downside with a truncation in the 5th wave. Then in January 2023, we bottomed out with Bitcoin. Okay, we bottomed out with the rest of the market. We had a 5-wave move up for our wave 1, a WXY correction for our wave 2, and we're currently within our macro 3rd wave of our larger 5th wave to the upside. Okay, so if we go back to 2014 here, we see that this was our wave 1, this was our wave 2, we had our explosive wave 3 from 2017, 2018, and then for our wave 4, we had a huge ABC correction in the form of a 3-3-5 flat pattern. Now we're starting our 5th and final wave to the upside, which will be the most explosive wave. It'll be called the blow off top. It'll leave bears in shambles because the velocity that picks up once you enter into that 5th wave, once you enter into that 3rd wave of your 5th wave is very crazy. It's very volatile because I do think there will be a blow off top in 2024 before we have a serious crash across all markets. Now let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame here. So there's this scenario where we hold this trend line over here. Okay, so if we take a look from our 93-cent high and we place a trend line on this, right? Just a simple trend line like that, you can see that we are still holding it. Okay, we're still holding it here. And if we take a look at the moving averages, we see that the 50 is crossing over the 200 on the daily time frame. Okay, and what is that called? That's called a golden cross. Okay, and it's very significant because the golden cross is forming right over here, right where XRP is touching this trend line. So let me see here. Yeah, so right over here, you see that? So there's a golden cross there. Now, there's this scenario here, right? There's this scenario here where our correction is done and we're about to start our 3rd wave to the upside, break out of this ascending triangle that we have here to around, let me see here, around that 73, 74 cent region. Now I must make it aware to you that we're on a very thin line for this support, and if Bitcoin breaks down, then it wouldn't surprise me that XRP breaks down with it, and then this wave 2 will be a little bit wider. Okay, and now I'm going to show you this XRP analysis that I have here. Let's take a look at this chart that I made here. Okay, and basically this scenario, so this is the small time frame on the 4 hours. So basically this scenario says that we're still within our wave 2. Okay, so 5-wave move up for a wave 1, 3-wave down for your wave 2, 3rd wave, 4th wave in the form of a falling wedge, 5th wave in the form of a ending diagonal. Wave 1 is complete. 3-wave move down for our W, 3-wave move up for our X, and now we're currently doing our Y wave. So we're within the C wave of our Y wave. Okay, we're currently within this wedge right over here, and usually the 5th wave that you see within the wedge will likely be a waterfall move down below 0.56873, And this move below this wedge over here that we see, okay, this move below this wedge, the fifth wave move, will likely act as your spring coming to around 0.53838 and 0.54 region. Now, definitely don't panic with XRP. This is the small time frame. Remember that. This is a 4-hour time frame, because on the high time frame, we are extremely bullish. Let's go back to this chart over here. Okay, so remember, this over here, we are holding the 88.6% fib, okay? But if you lose 0.5793, then it's likely we'll go in for that a little bit of a wider wave too, where we bottom out around 0.53, 0.54 region. That move would act as a spring for our explosive wave 3 to the upside, right? Much like it did back in 2017, or right before the 2017 run up. So right over here, you see how we moved down like that, and then it springed up. So wouldn't surprise me if we see a similar move with XRP. And yeah, currently have a golden cross. And let's take these waves out, because I want to show you another type of scenario that I have here. Let's take all of this stuff out here, and let's take a look at this Wyckoff scenario that I have here. Let me delete all this. Okay, so what we have here, so at the bottom of this accumulation, at the bottom of this XRP structure over here, you see the price is moving sideways. Okay, now in crypto or whatever market you're in, whenever you see a 5-wave move to the upside, right? So this is your 5-wave move to the upside. You then have an A, B, C correction. This is a regular zigzag, but it could be in the form of a 3-3. It could be in the form of a flat pattern. So I'm going to show you XRP structure. 5-wave move up, right? From 2017, 2015, and then you have your 3-wave move down, 3-wave move up, failing to breach beyond this high, and then a 5-wave move to the downside, finding support at the 78.6% fib, and then going into accumulation for 600 days at the lows for over 600 days. Okay, you see how so after this ABC comes in, at the bottom of your C wave here is when you have that accumulation before having your trend continuation. Okay, so remember, first leg in the market, counter trend, accumulation at the lows, continuation. So this is exactly what we're seeing here with XRP. So when we take a look at this structure over here, we see that this is your preliminary supply. So one last up thrust before entering into a selling climax. And remember, at this selling climax, you have a lot of retail selling their bags. A lot of fear sets in over here. So it doesn't take much money to move the price back up for your automatic rally. You have your secondary test of the lows, your failed breakout, your secondary test in phase B below this psychological support, creating what's called a spring. You have a move up to the top of the range, get thrown back to mid-range, price gets squeezed into your sign of strength right when Ripple wins the lawsuit. Okay, now remember, the news is timed perfectly with the charts. Okay, and then you have your WXY correction for over 207 days until we see a trend shift. Now we're seeing a golden cross over here. We're above this trend line. But remember, if we do go to that 0.54 region or 0.53 region, all we would be doing is just coming down over here. All right? So if we were to come down, it wouldn't even be considered a dump in my perspective. It would just be, we're just grinding out this bottom over here before we enter in to phase E. Okay, so look, we had our sign of strength over here, 90 at 93 cents. Then the composite operator brought the price back down to the top of the range, and we were in this. You see how the price is chopping here in this wedge? We were within this wedge for, let me see here. We were within this wedge for over 230 days, right? After 200 days, or after 230 days, we popped our head above it. We're holding support above it. We have a golden cross right before entering into phase E. Now, phase E is when things go absolutely parabolic. It's going to be absolute disbelief in the market. And just remember, if we come down over here to 53, 54 cent region, it wouldn't be a cause for concern. Okay, it wouldn't be concerning. Okay, and yeah, everything is looking very primed for XRP. And what we see over here is if we take if we go on this chart over here that I have, let's go to this Kraken chart over here. Okay, now what do we see here from 93 cents? So if we take a fib from this high down to this low, we see that we found resistance here. We rejected off this 702, and it's not out of the ordinary for XRP to do that. Okay, so we rejected here at the 702. Okay, now once you get a people are still doubting XRP, right? Right? They're doubting XRP, doubting XRP, doubting it, doubting it, doubting it, doubting it, doubting it, and then they start believing in it, right? You get absolute belief in XRP right over here, peak belief. Then the composite operator says nope, brings the price back down to our backup phase. Okay, this is your backup phase right over here. Okay, this is the top of the range. Okay, and then we start that sentiment all over again, right? So this is your disbelief. People are still not believing in XRP. They think it's a shit coin, right? It's not going up. It's, consolidating forever. All these coins are going up. Let me just sell my XRP. Let me go into another coin, right? And then it makes its way back above the 702, right? And then it starts to make its way back above the 786. And once you get over this green region over here, that's when people start believing. And then people start to FOMO in, right? Once it gets above this level here. So this over here is the inflection point. This over here is the point in which people start to FOMO in. So once you get over this 702, 786 region, or even start to, poke our way above it, you get the disbelief over here, people disbelieving in the asset, and then once it gets above key support, people start believing in it. Okay, so it's much more significant, and the reason for that is because we're entering into phase E. Okay, this is phase E right here. It's much more significant because of where we are with XRP. Now, I must remind you, we've been in this accumulation. We've been at the bottom here. We've been accumulating sideways for 642 days. The price is not going to just continue to move sideways forever, right? We're going to have resolution. We're going to have resolution above the range. And in my opinion, from what I've seen with the charts, this is going to happen in 2024. We will have that blow off top before we have a recession. Okay, it'll be absolute euphoria. There'll be a lot of volume. It'll happen very fast, and it'll take a lot of people off guard. So make sure you're positioned well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. If you want access to analysis like this all day, every day, click the link in the description below to join the Discord. You get access to over 300 plus charts and live updates throughout the day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, just let me know. Peace out and take it easy. See you in the next one.